Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a video on in my opinion, the top 3 new series writers. So writers who have written a story from 2005 to the current series being, well, the last series, which was series 9 that aired. So I've got my notebook and I've got who I think my 3 favourite sort of best writers are, in my opinion, from the new series. I'd love to hear what you think in the comment section below, you know, what your 3 writers, or top 3 new series writers are, and maybe why even as well. In at number 3 for me is Phil Ford, I think his name is. Now he's written only 2 stories in the new series, which is really weird, and also what's even weirder is the fact that both, to me anyway, what's even weirder is the fact that both of which were co-written by the head writers, so of both Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat. So his portfolio includes Waters of Mars, which is critically acclaimed as one of the best David Tennant stories. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I definitely would give it a high rating. It's definitely one of his best performances and one of David Tennant's best performances, and it is a very, very dark, eerie, very good 10th Doctor story that even I really enjoy, and this is coming from someone who's not the biggest fan of David Tennant's Doctor, at least in retrospect anyway. As I've got older, I've sort of grown to not like his Doctor as much, but I still like him in the role. I think he is the equivalent of Tom Baker, but for the new series, really. Meaning he's got the biggest wide sort of big names, well, not big name, but widest appeal to the masses, I think, and that, so... but yeah, Phil Ford wrote Waters of Mars in the specials. I think it was pretty much the last one before the End of Time Part 1 and 2. Really dark, really good, really gritty, really character-driven writing, but then again, Russell T Davies co-wrote it, so we don't know how much that means the head writer had when he rewrote stuff and that, but yeah. And then in the Series 8, he came back in Series 8 to do Into the Dalek, which I really do like. I think I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is quite high for a new series episode. It's not the best story ever, because it is a bit of a rehash of 2005's Dalek, but I think if you've not watched Dalek and you've only grown up with sort of Doctor Who from 2010 onwards, like a lot of American viewers might have, I think Into the Dalek is really good. It is really very much like sort of it's like Dalek 2.5, you know. It's I think different enough that I like it, because it has got a different Doctor, different companion, more Daleks than just one, but they only have more Daleks towards the latter end. You know, we explore the Dalek in different ways, you know. And it is, we go inside a Dalek, you know, into the Dalek, surprisingly, is, you know, what it says on the tin. And I think Phil Ford has written quite a few Sarah Jane Adventure stories, and they have all been really good from what I remember. So, you know, why he hasn't written for, you know, the show in more recent times, I don't know, and I'm hoping he comes back for Series 10 personally. In at number 2, Paul Cornell. Now he has had a big impact on quite a bit of the sort of Virgin New Adventures, I think. He's written for Virgin New Adventure books with Human Nature, which was originally a 7th Doctor Virgin New Adventure book. Then he's written for Big Finish. I don't know if he's written anything beyond the episode that he did for the 100th Big Finish monthly range release, 100 Days of the Doctor, I think, or 100 Days. He's also wrote Father's Day, which I really like. You know, he's written the 3rd Doctor comic book series that's coming out, which I think is really good. I think he's a fan. Imagine Capaldi being, like, imagine like a fan of the show was given full range and that of Doctor Who, and that's Paul Cornell. Paul Cornell, I think, has a very encyclopedic knowledge of all the different characterizations and characteristics of every Doctor, and I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like, I can tell by his writing that he just gets the Doctor. You know, he's written the amazing Scream of the Schalke. He wrote Scream of the Schalke. He's wrote, as I say, you know, Human Nature, Family Blood for David Tennant, but what got adapted from his book with the Seventh Doctor. I think that would have suited the Seventh Doctor more, but even so, he did a Series 3 episode. I don't know why he isn't writing for Doctor Who anytime soon or recently, because, yeah, the last story he wrote was in Series 3, so it's been a long time, which is a shame, because I think Paul Cornell, you know, going off the 3 issues of the Third Doctor comic book series that I've read out of the 5 that are out, or going to be out of the 3 of them, they've all been really stellar, really top-tier storytelling, and I've really enjoyed pretty much most of them. So I don't know why he's not writing for the show like recently. And number 1, Toby Whitehouse, or Whithouse. I adore his portfolio. I think literally there is only one story that I can think of that's bad, and even then it's okay. It's a 5 out of 10, and that would be Vampires in Venice. I genuinely don't like that story, but his recent one in Series 9, Under the Lake Before the Flood, is easily one of the best stories in Series 9, and a lot of fans really like that one, myself included. God Complex, like that one. Town Called Mercy, like that. You know, he first wrote, in Series 2, he first wrote a story in Series 2 being School Reunion, which is, again, I think, I don't know, like, I just about put it as a 6 out of 10, that one, just above Vampires of Venice, because it showed me classic Who, it opened my eyes to classic Who, so for that, it has a nostalgic factor for me, but part of me is like purely on the basis of, imagine if I was a classic Who fan and I watched that, I think it would really be not that good. But I think because it had, you know, Sarah Jane, who I'd not known before, K9 being a badass, you know, it had Mickey Smith doing stuff, you know, it had a lot of elements to it and a lot of substance at the time, for me anyway as a viewer, because again it opened my eyes to a whole new world, being the classic series and that, so I give it props for that. So for some reason though, he'd gone from Series 2 to not writing all in Series 3, 4 and the rest of David Tennant's era, but then wrote some in Series 5, 6, 7 and then, as I say, Series 9. So yeah, and I think it's odd to think as well that he's only ever written single part stories up until Series 9. Series 9 was the first time he ever wrote a 2-parter, and he even said in the commentary for Under the Lake Before the Flood, he was like biting his tongue, or he kind of bit his tongue, so to speak, by sort of nearly saying on the commentary that he really doesn't like the single part format of the new series, because of the fact that obviously there is that Deus Ex Machina, you have to wrap everything up really quickly, but that 2-parters are better because obviously they give him, in this case the writer, time to, you know, breathe and develop these characters, and you really see that in Under the Lake Before the Flood, I think anyway, and I think it's easily one of the best stories, or one of the better stories we've seen with for side characters, at least, for fleshed out side characters, in terms of Doctor Who anyway, comparing it to other shows and their dynamic teams and characterization. Of course, Doctor Who lacks that, I think, or has lacked that in recent years from time to time, but sometimes you get amazing writers like Toby Whitehouse even, who get that, who nail it on the head, you know. Again, Town Called Mercy, God Complex, these are all episodes I really like. I just think he should definitely write for Series 10 though, or I hope he does, because again, his portfolio, for me at least, has been stellar. I really like all of his stories, so that's been my top 3 new series Doctor Who writers, so please do comment below what your opinions are. Who are your top 3, you know, maybe Stephen Moffat's on there, maybe Mark Gatiss, maybe Gareth Roberts. I don't know, maybe Sarah Dollard was going to be on this list, but to be fair, she's only written one story, so Face of Raven, and as much as I do like that story, obviously I don't know if I like her other stories, and she is coming back for Series 10, and so, you know, maybe in a future update version of this, maybe she might make the list, because I did really like Face of Raven. But anyway, thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.